Hey YouTube, I think I got a video that you guys might enjoy. As you should know, the RLCS Spring Major is happening in Boston, which means that we have a lot of pro teams who aren't normally playing on USC servers, and that has resulted in a lot of complaints about NA ranked versus EU ranked. But either way, I think it's some of the most exciting content to finally have all of the top players in the same location. What a save by Scribbles, but he's going to get demoed anyways, and it's going to be a follow-up for a goal. Now, what we're looking at right here is we're looking at two of the best players in EU, Zen and Alpha54, playing against Guh, whose perspective we are watching right now, and Scribbles. Now, if you are a big-time fan of the channel, then you probably have already heard of Scribbles, because Scribbles played in Next Gen, is I think maybe still 13 years old, maybe 14 years old, but is an up-and-coming player that I'm sure we'll see in the future. I wasn't going to say near future because it might be a couple more years until we see Scribbles in the RLCS. But he's playing alongside Guh, who's actually a player that I didn't know a ton about before checking out these replays, which I got keyed off to seeing on Twitter because they are very impressive. A couple good results for the duo of Guh and Scribbles. And we're going to see how it happened. How did it happen? How did these great... you can probably tell why the video is happening. How did these wins against top players from EU happen for Guh and Scribbles? And what kind of player is Guh? Well, he's the kind of player who can low 50 and side flip in to tie the game. Now, Zen and Alpha54, I didn't mention who those guys are. They're from Vitality. I imagine you guys know who Zen and Alpha54 are. I would hope by now you do. Seems like Scribbles and Guh, I don't know if they're playing these twos in comms, but they go for the Spanish kickoff, and it doesn't convert for a goal, but they stay locked up with Zen and Alpha54. Right now, Scribbles trying to do his best to clear this outside of the rotating Zen and Alpha, but the demo from Alpha54 will convert the goal. If it was the opposite way around, Scribbles demoing Alpha, then maybe Guh would have been able to make his way out. Down 1-2 against the dominant duo. Not long ago, you guys remember, as a side flip shot from Guh ties the game, that Razier's was saying he couldn't remember the last time Zen had lost a 2v2 game that he had been a part of, because Zen is just next level. I think he's still rank 1 by a decent margin, and I don't think that this game happened, right when the EU guys landed, because I know we see some ranked games when players have just made it to the new location, whether it's NA players going to EU or EU players coming here, and people seem a bit tired, a bit out of sorts. These guys have been here for a couple days when this replay happens. And Zen, after getting a demo on Guh, is able to tap in a 3-2 lead. Cheat up on the kickoff from Guh. Just going to place one dead center as he rotates to the top right corner. Nobody wants to seem to challenge Zen on his dribble. Instead, backing off to the back wall. Can be a bit of a dangerous game. Alpha54 tries his reset. Now Guh cheating upfield. Zen, though, is going to be able to put in work against Scribbles. You could see he almost had the thought that Scribbles might be able to win possession and feed him upfield, but probably need to realize that Zen's on another level, and immediate recovery is necessary to not leave your teammate all alone in one of the best 1v1ers in the game. Scribbles does get this pass to Alpha, though, so this time the cheat up makes sense. Zen beating Guh to the ball. Now rotating all the way to this back corner. Scribbles taking a bit too long. Alpha with the miss, though. So an opportunity to put the ball in the orange half. Scribbles the fake and a triple 50, but Zen able to win the double 50 against two of the North Americans. Alpha actually just cleared this away on his own. Scribbles has Zen. Ball moving quickly, though. Can't really get around it to make a reasonable shot. Has to just put one on target. As Guh looks to control to his back wall. Team pinch. Love to see it. Little boost contention there. So it is going to be a clean possession. Oh, what a challenge. My goodness. Scribbles meeting Zen at the rim up at ceiling height to dunk it down, and conveniently Guh rotating to that midfield boost. Has the 100. right before he's needed to dunk that in. Scribbles pinch. Not on target. It's into the ceiling. They're out ahead of the play right now. Guz demo. Can it be converted? No. Scribbles got chased off by Zen. But Go around the ball. Gets both Zen and Alpha54 to miss. And now it's a tie game. Played that very wisely after recognizing they were ahead of the play. Even though Zen did enough to slow down the attack. Ultimately couldn't stop them from tying the game. Now Go. We saw him score off a kickoff win earlier. This time it's going to be the reset flick. 5-4. Got converting well. 2 different kickoff goals. One to that right side that he immediately converted on. First one was a side flip. A little bit less exciting. This one is an air dribble with defenders in net. The reset beats them both. They have the lead now. The young North American duo. I believe Ga is an 18-year-old player, by the way. Not at the level of Scribbles, who is certainly a very young up-and-comer. Ga capable of playing RLCS right away. Alpha54 reset and able to tie the game. I think Guz played. I looked at Guz Wikipedia real quick before starting the video. I think he was a sub for Ghost, is what it told me, and is maybe playing CRL now. I'm sure all you guys in the comments. I'm sure there's somebody out there who knows a lot more about Guz than I do. But right now, Guz is in a tie game with Zen and Alpha54. He's got Scribbles on his side of the pitch. Kickoff immediately won by Scribbles, or immediately won by Guz. Scribbles immediately dunks it in. Is this the plan for them? I want to watch this again because Scribbles is here so quickly on this cheat up. I think it just worked out. I mean, honestly, Zen was maybe even just there too quickly. Yeah, it was underneath the play. Alpha even dunked him down. So a 6-5 win, but this isn't it. We have more duos from Scribbles and Guz coming up next. All right, so maybe you thought that Vitality is easy money. Sure, Guz and Scribbles beat a duo from Vitality, but is Vitality even that good? KC is my favorite team. Well, we've got a KC duo here for Scribbles and Guz to play as well. Itachi and Exotic. Also, of course, in North America because of the major. And Guz and Scribbles, maybe the same day or later the next day. I'm not sure. Definitely near back-to-back games. Or, you know, all timely games. We're going to see from Guz's perspective again, alongside Scribbles. What do we have here? You know, we just did a big 2v2 tournament, and neither Scribbles nor Guz got high enough rated in 2s in order to play it, but I wonder how they would have done, how they would have fared against some of these top teams. Itachi and Exotic just got double demos and then protected the net as well. You can see Itachi just waiting around, being a bouncer of the net. I dare you to come back, and I will make sure that you cannot get the save. Another demo as well. A very physical duo. What a save from Guz. Not easy to get those 50 saves. And is that actually just a KC member saving the own shot? Not sure. Itachi reset. Scribbles has him. Guz to the top of the net. Probably needed to stay low. Maybe he was worried about a potential bump swinging around from the other team if he had stayed low. So we saw a KC member right there. Another Spanish kickoff for Guz and Scribbles. But another Spanish kickoff failed. One we saw them do against Vitality also did not succeeding, at least getting the immediate goal, but I say it didn't succeed. Scribbles is going to carry the ball all the way from his back corner and flick it to get their first goal. Wave dash kickoff for Guz. Wanted to back off into the corner, but thought better of it. Scribbles is going to end up helping double this one in. Guz knew he needed to be around because likely he was either getting scored on there in that moment or Scribbles was going to need his help in order to extend the possession. Guz not going to air dribble, not when Exotic is already up the wall. Prepared to defend it, try to bring the ball down to get him out of position, but not going to be an easy thing to do. Itachi to the back wall. Guz just barely got a touch. That's probably going to be another goal. Oh my goodness, what a save. We're going to go back. It doesn't get ultimately saved. Okay. Still, that was an amazing save. We won't go back now because it was a goal, but that was going to be worth going back to see how Scribbles got that save. Insane bump, but fought through it. Down 4-1. Kind of where you'd expect down 5-1. Kind of where you'd expect a North American duo like this to be against one of the best teams in the world, a team that won the previous major and the team they played before, probably the favorites to win the next major. But that is not the end of the replay. Not the end of the replay as Go gets this save and gets a second goal just a bit before halftime through the game. Go gonna head back to the back left corner as Scribbles looks to do work in front of the net. Exotic didn't really feel the pressure of Ga, so had time to just fully control the ball. Team play between the two of them. Exotic overcommitting. And now this is a freebie for Scribbles and Ga. It will be Scribbles who finishes it off. So maybe a bit of overzealousness from the European duo. Ga, big kickoff win. To be fair, these neutral kickoffs have gone really well for the North American duo. In both games now, they do a good job of winning the kickoff to each other on the cheat. I think Ga got bumped or tried to go for a crazy dash up the corner of the wall. And it did not work. Exotic, big whiff. Ga might be able to tie the game. Scribbles pinching that one to the ceiling, and Ga recognizes needs to back off. Cannot dive, has to be last back. Has taken all this boost away from Scribbles, but it doesn't seem to be an issue for him as Scribbles pinches front of the net. Ga just barely not quick enough, and now that's a free net. Man, mistakes from the EU duo have brought the NA duo back into it, and it is a tie game with a minute 38 left to go. But the way it's looking right now, it seems like as long as KC just fix their mistakes, they should be able to finish off the game. Itachi can't connect on that double to retake the lead. Great leave of the boost from Ga this time. Make sure Scribbles has enough to work with as well. It's a great pre. Oh my goodness, this shot is beautiful. I'm going to actually go back and watch it again because it's not crazy, you would think, but pre-flipping underneath this ball and getting that touch to pop it up to himself that's beautiful. That's a level of mechanics that I think matches some of the toughest shots you'll see that get clipped, you know. And this one leads to a really powerful shot and a game lead for Ga and Scribbles. Exotic air dribble dunked, and the duo double committed here. Ga kind of seemed like maybe he was thinking about a demo attempt, but Exotic and Itachi actually rotating slow enough that didn't really make sense for Ga. He doesn't want to lose speed. He drops it off to Scribbles, though. Scribbles dunking. Man, it has been an insane run. I think it was 5-1 even for Exotic and Itachi at some point. So 6 straight goals for Ga and Scribbles. Exotic pre-flipping to take this one away. But oh my goodness, Ga, the double reset bump. Okay, we got to watch this again. We got to watch this one again too, real quick. Exotic, I think, was trying to backflip or half flip into this one. And Ga just passes to himself off the wall, the double reset bump. Oh my goodness. All right. 8-5, 34 seconds left to go. I believe what is now 7 straight goals for Ga and Scribbles. Absolutely popping off. And doing so at first, admittedly, off of the mistakes of Itachi and Exotic. Itachi's going to dunk in a goal to keep it close with 28 seconds. But as you can see, definitely finished with style and created a lot of their own shot opportunities. Exotic's pinch leads to an open net, but Ga couldn't capitalize, not before the recovery of Itachi. Exotic air dribble. Scribbles able to pre-jump it and drop the ball down. That was probably the defensive stand they needed to convert on the game, because that goal was going to need to go in, and a kickoff sequence. So as the clock winds down, it is going to be Ga and Scribbles being the best duo that North America has to offer. Who would have known that we would have had a couple youngsters who would have been able to take down the likes of Vitality and KC?